Hey, and welcome to the podcast. It's Fan the Flames for the week of February 15th. I'm Dan, that's Nate.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
We got our tea all brewed up. Flames just dropped 4 in a row. We're ready podcast.
Yeah, nothing like starting the show off with a nice big yawn as the intro music's playing. This is a high-energy podcast.
That Panthers game was a snoozer.
It was one of the most uneventful games I can remember this season.
And I had such high expectations.
But, yeah, we did come back late again, which I guess in a normal season that'd be, like, exciting. Like, we scored late and tied it, but this season it's like,
Oh, Flames third period magic. It was magic. Third period effort was there.
Yeah. And we did get 40-some shots again.
Heavily outshot. And losing OT, a very similar reference to Vancouver game.
Yeah. And not to toot my own horn, but I remember saying to you during the game, I can't pick between Reimer and Smith because they both will let in a goal late. And they both did. And then I said, we better win in overtime because
we're not winning in shootouts.
Yeah, we suck at shootouts.
Yeah, well, that is very apparent, especially when Smith is in net. Man, they were beating him glove side all game.
Yeah, at least one of the goals was glove side, or were both goals?
I think just one. The other one went off player.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So one, but both in the shootout as well were high glove. And he did his stupid scarecrow thing, trying to like scare away the guy from the net, but of course it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't really work. No, not much of a shootout goalie, but to be honest, we look at Smith, he is playing better than he did at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
No softies.
No softies, but he let in a goal at a bad time. Great shot by Hoffman, but bad time to let in a goal.
Yeah, and great shot. I would even tone it down. It was a good shot.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't barred down.
No, and it wasn't a one-timer or anything like that. It was just a nice snapshot, top shelf.
Yeah.
So,
being Smith where it counts.
And what do you think? I know we're jumping straight to the end of the game, but what do you think of the shootout selection by Peters?
I liked it because it mixed it up. Like I think Peters also knew that they probably weren't going to win, so why not just see what happens? Start off with Monahan, who would be a high percentage chance, or one of their more chances of scoring, followed by Mangiapane, who's never even took a shot out.
One NHL goal.
Yeah, one. Then Tkachuk, who's taken 3 and missed all, and who's been ice cold of late.
Yeah, but I think in Tkachuk's defense, he has been better last year. I think he had a pretty good percentage last year in the shootout.
Yeah, so it might have been an example of trying to get him hot if he won the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Mangiapane one is interesting because it's not often you send a fourth liner to do the shootout.
And you're right, it was kind of a pee-wee move. But yeah, he did come close to beating Reimer.
It was closer than it looked, but still deke along the ice. It does NHL. It doesn't go in. You usually got to deke and go top shelf.
Yeah, elevate.
Yeah,
always important.
But we were mentioning Tkachuk. What's your take on his play lately?
I believe it's the same take as what everyone else has, and I'm just not impressed. An invisible player.
No impact on the game.
No impact.
So what's the reason? Is it confidence?
Why would his confidence drop? I mean, he was doing pretty good all the way. He's got over 50 points. He's one of their top players. I mean, he's got just as much chance to drop in confidence as Goudreau, Monahan, Lindholm.
Right, but you can say that for any player who goes on a cold streak. But when you stop scoring...
Yeah, but he's not special in any way. The Flames are cold. The whole team. I mean, they only managed 2 goals against Florida with Reimer in net.
Yeah, with Reimer in net, that's the...
They made Reimer look good.
We've been doing that a lot lately. I thought... I know we're jumping to different games now, but San Jose, we played Jones. We made him look good.
Yeah.
Markstrom looked really
Jones
good.
is good, though.
Right, he is, but he hasn't had a good season.
Yeah. Markstrom plays good against Calgary.
And he's been on a hot streak, but he was really good against Calgary.
Yeah, he was really good.
Tampa, okay, we didn't really... Let's forget about that game for now. But then we go to now, this is a third game out of 4 where we made the goalie look pretty good.
It doesn't feel good when pucks are not going in. I mean, the chances are there. We're still high shooting. What kills me, it just feels so much like last year when we're taking all these shots and nothing goes in. And
so are you buying into this all-star break curse for the Flames?
I am, but unfortunately, I gotta re-examine this feeling, maybe look at the standings and see that we are tied for first. We no longer hold sole place at first in the West. We have...
Are we first in the West or the Pacific? I'm not sure.
It's a three-way tie.
Three-way tie with Winnipeg.
That's right.
Okay.
We have 75 points. So, in theory, we probably only need to win 10 more games to make the playoffs.
Yeah, maybe not even in the way the West is. Maybe 5 more wins would get us in.
So, yeah, all that is a reminder, but what bothers me is maybe when I examine the Flames' schedule they had in December and January when they were so hot. December was a good month, played some good teams, won some really good games, but January's schedule was all pretty weak teams. No one really battling for contention, and we walked away good, but it's because the schedule is kind of easy, maybe?
Yeah, it could be, but Florida is not a great team. Vancouver is not a great team. So we've had weak opponents in February as well.
Yeah, and they're going to get harder.
Yeah, the league gets tighter as it gets closer to playoffs.
Yeah. So all that gets me worried,
But I was thinking about it. If you're first place, you play one of the wild card teams. That could be St. Louis. That could be Chicago. And St.
Louis is in. If they continue this roll they're on, man, what a streaky club.
Right, but most teams don't win 30 in a row. So you win 10 in a row, you'll lose a couple. But I'm just saying, Dallas, St. Louis, if it's Chicago who maybe makes a push, those teams could actually be a little scary because they're getting hot at the end of the season, where Vegas has just been average all season.
Yeah.
I almost feel more confident
playing Vegas.
Yes, because if you get first, you might end up with a really easy matchup. Like if Vancouver squeaks in, I think that's one we could win quite easily. 5 games maybe, 6 max. But Vegas, it's probably going to be a 6-game series, but I think we just will play Vegas well.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm more scared of St. Louis or Dallas. Just based on the way we played those teams previously.
Dallas, because Bishop always plays good against us.
Yeah.
For some reason, he has the Flames number. And St. Louis, they've been so hot, and they were supposed to be a good team who just had a really shitty first half.
Yeah.
And now I think this is the real St. Louis.
Yeah, I feel the same.
It's once they got rid of Yo, it took a while to kind of get it out of the system, but now they're back to their potential.
Yeah. Firing coaches has done a good, had a lot of turnaround for Chicago as well. Start winning again. Yeah. Philly.
Yeah. There's some evidence that firing the coach makes, gives your team a little kickstart. Because even Edmonton, they had the Hitchcock bump for about 10 games before they returned back to cellar dwellers.
The Hitchcock bump. Oh, man. We can go into a bit of how trashy Edmonton is, but it almost feels like a waste of time.
It's like kicking a dog after it's been hit by a car.
All right, trade deadline coming up. Do you see anything that can help the team?
Yeah, I think if we look at areas of need, I'm pretty happy with the defense. I know there's been some talk about getting like one veteran just in case for depth, or if the rookies don't play so well.
A D.
Yeah, like a third pairing D though. But I'm actually pretty confident in Shillington and Anderson.
Yeah,
I like them. And then offensively, we could add a player, but really, I think we're pretty good on offense too.
Yeah, there's no guarantee bringing in a player will be better than just one of the players we have getting hot.
Exactly.
And some of the price tags on the names that stand out are just incredibly high.
Yeah, and that's the real kicker, is that if you can get a rental for cheap, offensively it might be worth it, but the price just seems really high right now. So it's goaltending is where I think the Flames should be a little aggressive. And the name that jumps out to me is Jonathan Quick.
Is his name floated?
I don't think it's floated, but at the same time, I know I've heard reports that teams are inquiring what's it going to take to get Quick out of LA.
Oh man, that's big news. First I heard of it, and right off the bat, it sounds good. And, he gets injured a lot, but he's a pretty good goalie.
But that's why I think he'd be perfect for the Flames.
Yeah, with Riddick.
Exactly, because Quick can't play 70 games anymore. He'll get hurt. But probably a 30-40 game workload would be perfect for him. Riddick is about a 30-40 game guy, so together they could probably split the games. And then when it comes to playoffs, you just ride the hot hand. And if it's Quick, like, he can be outstanding in a series.
Yeah, that'd be a turn of events. But I don't want Bennett Smith. I've been kind of defending him for a bit, and I still stand by. I love his puck handling, his breakouts.
You know me, I'm not a huge Smith fan, and excuse me, he's setting a bad example for Riddick, because Riddick's trying to pass like him and he coughs it up.
Oh man, that San Jose game was so frustrating to start off. I was at that game live, and it was quite a disappointing start, with the Flames battling hard pretty much the rest of the game and just not getting any success.
Yeah,
having to pull Riddick and put Smith in.
So what was
and then Smith led it in goal, first goal.
Not his fault though.
That's true.
But what was your take on pulling the goalie?
Yeah, it was two bad moves by Riddick. And
but do you think, given his track record over the whole season, do you think it warranted a pull?
Yeah, I wasn't upset about the pull. I don't think much. It wouldn't have changed any outcome. Say if they left him in, because Flames only scored 2. Say Riddick led in no other San Jose goal after that. Still wouldn't have helped.
Well, it would have been 2-2 if he did, but I think it does matter, because if he's your starter and mentally you think he's your starter, the first goal, okay, that was a bad goal. The second one, it was the right decision to race out and play the puck.
But he played it to the wrong side.
Yeah, but then he played it to the wrong side. But I'm saying 2 mistakes like that. One is a puck handling error. One is a bad goal. It could just, like, he hasn't let in very many bad goals this year. As a goalie, an ex-goalie, I think that you can't pull a guy that quickly. You have to give him at least one more.
Peters was jumping the gun.
Yeah. A little bit of Mike Keenan got into his system, pulling the goalie. And I think he realized his mistake, because in the Tampa game, he could have pulled him again, and instead he left him in.
Yeah.
Didn't help, but it shows some confidence. Like, I believe that you're a good goalie, and these are just some bad breaks.
True. My take on Riddick is, though, he can let those roll off his back.
Yeah, he can. He can. But on the flip side, we're looking at it from a negative, right? That pulling him might hurt his game. But you leave him in, does that give him a boost of confidence and he improves his game? That's the thing we will never know.
Improving Riddick's game is definitely something we need going forward. Hopefully end this slump.
Yeah, and there are some stats floating around that